Hey there. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream slash commentary. This time around, I will be watching Home Alone 3. Um, this is another request. This time around, it is from Ryan. Actually, no, is it Ryan or was it trying to remember. Like, I think it was Ryan who requested this one. I'm just making sure. Because I know that there's like some other, people have done requests. Yeah, it was Ryan. So big shout out goes to Ryan for requesting this fan not really fan commentary. It's more of a regular commentary because I'm not a fan of Home Alone 3. But it's a request, so decided, all right, let's do it. I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Uh, I had a pretty good holiday, um, to be perfectly honest. Hey there, RJ. Hey there, Greg. Hey there, DJ. As usual, just kind of wait until a few more people pop in. I know it's like a random like Thursday night, so there's really not like a ton of people. Also, it's Home Alone 3, so I think a lot of people aren't like, yeah, I don't think I want to watch Home Alone 3. I don't blame people though, to be perfectly honest. But before I really get going, I would like to just look at what is even coming out this year in theaters. Because I know it's the start of fuck you, it's January month, so oh great. We start out the year with something called The Damned. It sounds pretty fitting for how a lot of films have been as of late. Um, Speaking of that, like I did actually sit down and watch, and I watched the Crow remake recently. Yeah, that one was really bad. That was just another bit of evidence as to why they should just not make any more Crow movies. Same thing for why they shouldn't have made any more Home Alone movies after the second film. Hey there, Motionless Zombie. So yeah, I got something called The Damned, Den of Thieves 2, The Wolfman, the Leigh Whannell movie that looks really shitty. Oh yeah, Back in Action, Cameron Diaz's movie that she did with Jamie Foxx. That's coming out in January on Netflix. They're doing a Henry Danger movie. Flight Risk, directed by Mel Gibson, starring Mark Wahlberg and his Funky Bunch. Another Steven Soderbergh film. I thought this guy retired. Like I could have sworn I remember seeing something around the time of like Unsane's release where he was like, I am retiring. I am done. I'm not doing any more movies. And then it seems like he's done like 50 films since then. Are you actually going to retire, Steven Soderbergh, or are you just going to keep going? Star Trek Section 31. Oh God, I forgot about that. That is coming out this month. Shit. Screamboat, yeah, another public domain horror movie, lazy as hell. Something called Dog Man. Kinda Pregnant with Amy Schumer. Ugh. And a Netflix Happy Madison film. Amy Schumer and Kinda Pregnant. That really looks bad. That just sounds horrible. Another Bridget Jones movie? for like 2 months here, like there's only like one film. Like there's a couple. Love Hurts and Hard Eyes look like they could be potentially decent. So they might have some potential, but everything else I don't give a shit about. I don't care about Captain America, Brave New World, Brave New Order, New World Order. Mickey 17 looks like it could be interesting, but it just being constantly delayed is not a good sign. The Monkey, maybe. Hey there, Predmator. Hey there, Alex. Yeah, Craig. We're gonna be busy this year. Yeah, as always. I'm definitely gonna try to watch more new stuff in this year than I did last year. I started out the year trying to keep up with it, but I just ultimately wasn't able to. And honestly, I'm not even a bother going to see stuff in the theater, and unless it's like something that I think would really benefit from that. I can wait a little bit until it hits digital. A lot of these movies bomb and are just on streaming so quickly nowadays anyway. So, is there anything that anyone in the chat is looking forward to in 2025? Thunderbolts, the Minecraft movie, the Electric State, Ballerina, the John Wick spinoff, Final Destination again, Lilo and Stitch. Hey there, Callum. Greg says not yet. Karate Kid Legends, 28 years later, Megan 2.0, Jurassic World 4, Superman, Fantastic Four, the Naked Gun remake with Liam Neeson, because that's a thing. Freakier Friday. Another fucking Insidious movie? Like, really? Really? Tron Ares, Mortal Kombat 2, Predator Badlands, the Running Man remake, Anaconda with Jack Black and Paul Rudd. It just doesn't sound like a promising year just by looking at the list of films coming out. So many sequels, so many reboots, so many remakes yet again. Yeah, Greg, the Happy Gilmore 2 looks meh. I don't know about meh. I thought it looked like crap. Kind that Shooter McGavin eats for breakfast. Cam, like you could argue that after it was honestly after Home Alone 2, because Home Alone 2 still, was was well received and was successful. And then like after that, he did stuff like Baby's Day Out, which I can watch and have some fun with, but I'm not going to defend it. And Curly Sue, which was a pretty significant financial flop. Yeah, they do seem like a disaster for a good reason. It's really sad though what happened to John Hughes though. Like just to slip and fall on the ice and that's how it all ends. I think he probably would have made an honest attempt at a comeback by now if he hadn't died. Oh yeah, another Avatar movie. Fire and Ice. It's not Fire and Ice, but it might as well be. I guess I'm just gonna have to wait for something to kind of surprise me, like other years where a trailer will drop, and then I'll be like, "Oh, I didn't hear anything about that." Like with what happened with John Wick. Yeah, I forgot about Dennis the Menace. That's the other one. I didn't mind Dennis the Menace either. Christopher Lloyd was so great in that as Sam Switchblade. I actually like the kid who played Dennis as well. Um, Really good score too for that film. And Walter Matthau is just perfect casting to play Mr. Wilson. It's honestly one of my favorite Walter Matthau performances is as Mr. Wilson in that movie. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, yeah, it looks a little bit better than the other one. That's for sure. Peanuts live action. With John Hughes, that might have worked out okay. That might have been all right. I guess it just wasn't meant to be. Oh yeah, he did do the 101 Dalmatians. Did he direct that one too? Or did he just write it? I haven't seen that in forever. So I don't know what to really say about it. But I should probably get started on the commentary. Start watching Home Alone 3. If you have your copy ready to go of the film, I'm just going to do what I normally do, where I'm going to do a countdown, go from 3, 2, and then 1, and then say press play. Then when I say press play, you press play, and then everything should hopefully sync up on your end. Just I'll say hello to a couple more people. Hey there, Mark. Hey there, Dante. And as usual, I will keep tabs on the chat. Try to answer some questions I might find interesting, or put a spotlight on something somebody's saying that's either related to the movie or I think is kind of fun. And then I'm just gonna go from there. So 3, 2, 1, pressing play. So here we have the 20th Century Fox logo again. I know that initially this was going to be a sequel that was going to star Macaulay Culkin. That was the plan, but Macaulay didn't want anything to do with it. So John Hughes then decided to maybe have it star Fuller and have Fuller deal with Marv and Harry. But then Kieran Culkin didn't feel like he was really necessarily up to the task. And so he basically didn't agree to do it. And so that led to Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern leaving. And then it came up with this plot instead. This is such a bizarre opening for a Home Alone movie. I remember when I first saw this, I was like, "Is this a Home Alone film or is this some like low budget direct to video Steven Seagal movie? Like, what the hell is this?" Yeah, when I think of Home Alone, I think of international arms deals. This is yeah, Home Alone and missiles. I mean, what? I don't mind this music a little bit. Like I kind of like the score in some ways. Got some good guitar work in it at points. Oh, Kevin Kilner, great, that guy. think he plays the dad in this. He's just in so many terrible things. Like, he was in, like, one of the worst episodes of Tales from the Crypt in The Sacrifice. Yeah, Greg, the talking parrot is annoying. You saw it at Christmas? Man, I'm sorry. That's a pretty shitty Christmas present. By the way, this is also Roger Ebert's favorite Home Alone movie. Almost said Halloween film. Almost said Halloween because I have that on my brain a little bit because I was doing research for Santa Claus the movie, and then I found out that John Carpenter was initially attached to direct that film in 1985. Sean McClane is Home Alone. It does kind of seem like more of a Die Hard movie opening. You're right, Callum. It's even more incredulous that this group of international arms dealers and like espionage guys and gals are going to be outsmarted by a kid. John Hughes, he only wrote it because he was contractually obligated. I think this was the last film uh, from his deal with Fox. Then you have the bags getting mixed up. I understand why they did that, in order to hide the chip, but I don't know. I think there could have been maybe an easier way to maybe differentiate the bags. Lady was hot, just had my eyes on her the whole time. I don't know if it takes place in January, but I think around somewhere around that. It might as well because like they're putting Christmas decorations and ornaments away and stuff like that. So yeah, three guys from Police Academy 5. Here we go, Chicago. Who gives a shit, bro? Well, you better pack for the winter now. Better go buy yourself a coat. That poor guy. Imagine being stuck on a plane with crutches. Yeah. Yep. Lenny Von Dolen's actually not a bad actor. He's been in a fair amount of things other than this. He's done some good work in it. That's a really clear photo for a Palm Pilot from back in the day. I understand they're trying to do something different here, but, like, you're making a Home Alone movie, and we're, like, 8 minutes in, and you haven't even been introduced to the kid yet. That's that's a mistake. That's like if the first film just started out with Harry and Marv for, like, the first 10 minutes. Speaking of Harry, that's another idea that John Hughes had. He had an idea of doing a Harry spinoff. Now we have the kid. Like 8 minutes in. This lady is a wench. What a sad existence. Like you lose bread, and that's the thing that upsets you. Yeah, Bushwhackers was meant to be a Marv spinoff. Actually, Greg, it's not the Liar Liar Kid. I thought it was too, but it's not. It's Alex D. Linz who went on to be in Max Keeble's Big Move. It's a different kid altogether. Hey there, Cyber Warrior. Yeah, cinema fan. That could have been all right. But at the same time, I think that would have just been more of the same. So in some ways, I kind of appreciate that this is trying to be its own thing, while at times also trying to be the same with some of the jokes. Yeah, the snow has all been shoveled. The Christmas trees are no longer up. Yeah, Cyber Warrior. I wasn't planning on doing a commentary on this, but I got a paid request to do so by Ryan. So here we are. This other kid's a little bit different. He makes gadgets. Like he's a little mini Doc Brown. So him, like, being that good at creating traps doesn't seem like something that's that far fetched because he actually already does stuff like that. So I think that's a nice touch by the writer, by John Hughes. Yeah. Yes, that's another problem. Yeah, there's more, but they don't have a lot that differentiates them. They just do kind of blend together. I don't mind the actress playing the mom here. It's not that bad of a performance by her. Kevin Kilner, though, is just kills me as usual. Was that a necessary shot? Oh, okay, the kid has chicken pox, but did we have to see him scratching his ass? Like, there's Scarlett Johansson in her feature film debut. And you have his older brother who is basically just Buzz again. Like, really, let's be honest here. Just Buzz with a different name. Or like mild. Nobody's going wild over Home Alone 3. I I think I got the chicken pox one time when I was a kid. I don't remember for sure though, but I think I did. This line here, Alex slammed the toilet seat down on his thing again. Like, what? I don't. It's supposed to be funny, I guess, but I'm not. I never laughed at this line. And like, clearly, it's happened more than once. Like, what is wrong with this kid? Why do you keep slamming the toilet seat on your dick? How do you keep doing that? And then that whole bit, does it include his ass? Yeah, I don't mind that. Yeah, the relatives did not have a conflict with him and work together. Yeah, how did he do that? Especially if he's so resourceful and smart. Yeah, that too. He's sick with chickenpox, but he it doesn't act like it. He acts like he faked it. That might have been a better plot. Like he fakes being sick so he can get out of school, like in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. But then, you know, the robbers come in and he has to deal with all of that. So it's kind of in a way karma for him faking being sick. Yeah, there's a lot of bad threes. Shrek 3 was pretty bad too. Yeah, who is this kid, John Holmes? Harry Reams. Clearly, clearly you're well enough to get your own glass of water, kid. I love how the score now sounds like it's a horror film. Pets on Parade? That sounds like the lamest show ever. Who the hell would want to watch that show? Santa Claus 3 I can watch for Martin Short as Jack Frost. I invented chill. Why does he have that? Oh, okay, so that's the thing he built himself. I thought he brought out a gun for a second there. It's like, why the hell does he have a dart gun? A Jamie Foxx? Was not expecting the Jamie Foxx cameo there. Jamie Foxx music video. Speaking of Jamie, I'm glad he's doing well. Glad he recovered from his illness. And he just did a stand-up special, by the way, which is hilarious. A lot funnier than this movie. I haven't laughed once, almost 20 minutes in. I said I don't mind the music, and to be fair, I kind of like some aspects of it, but it's pretty damn repetitive. This is the same refrain. I think I've heard it like 5 times already. I just love about how conveniently the house next door was up for sale so they could buy it so they could spy on this kid. Her boss is a dick here too. It's not my fault. You can't find a babysitter. Like, show some freaking compassion, dude. Yeah, I don't appreciate it either. Their boss is a dick. You're not desperately ill though. But at the same time though, like the kid seems like he's resourceful enough that he could hold his own just fine. Tanked up on iced tea. Does she drink Long Island iced tea? Like, how do you get tanked up on regular iced tea? I'm surprised they didn't try to go that route though and like expand upon that more with his imagination going wild and him having to keep that under control. No, it doesn't take place during Christmas time. Yeah, 4 is even worse though. I will absolutely admit that, but this still sucks. I mean, his biggest crime so far is that it's just so boring. And it has awkward dialogue about the kid slamming the toilet seat on his ding dong. We're Sting again. So the kid just lucked out that he's a bit of a voyeur in training. So he was able to see all of this stuff that happened. And then this is like the first of multiple times this kid calls the police, and then the robbers get away, and then everybody thinks the kid is lying. So it becomes, the boy who cried wolf kind of scenario. Yeah, Hughes only wrote this one. I don't think Columbus is involved at all with this. It is hard to believe that he wrote this, but he was contractually obligated to. That's a great point, cinema fan. Making a Home Alone movie without Kevin is like making a Back to the Future movie without Marty. Doesn't work. I mean, the kid saw somebody across from him in the neighbor's apartment, a neighbor's home that clearly wasn't his neighbor, so acting all suspicious. Why would they just break the door down? Oh, see, it's so funny because they said freeze and then the dog froze. It's hilarious. Peak comedy right there. Hey there, Bobby. You didn't see the alarm clearly messed with on the side of the house? It doesn't seem like the burglars had enough time to fix it. Nowadays, this wouldn't be, this dramatic because the kid would just have a tablet or a phone and be able to take a photo of the robber. No, I don't think any of the kids from Home Improvement are in this. Yeah, Cam, that's a good point. Have it not take place in the winter. Again with the butt jokes. Like, it seems like a crutch for John here. Butt inspection gloves. Why are you mad at the kid? He saw something. Has he ever done this before? Has he ever falsely called 911? If not, maybe just trust your kid. I think that's Christopher Curry. who was in Chud with Daniel Stern and John Hurd. Oh, man. I forgot how boring this movie was. Say whatever you want about Home Alone 2 copying the formula of the first film. At least it wasn't boring. That's cool. Total Meltdown 2. I'm not a fan of this one. This is like the third or fourth time that I'm watching it and giving it a chance, and it's just as bad as I remember it being first time. You got your pants? Like, who is this guy, John Arbuckle? Such a doofus. He forgets his pants. Today on Jackass. Old grandpa over here. Hey there, rock and rolla. Cheers. Bushwhacked I don't love, but I like more than this. Hey there, Bobby. Thanks for the super chat. What makes Halloween 3 work without Michael Myers and Home Alone 3 doesn't work without Kevin? For one, the script is better. That's a big part of it. And unlike Home Alone, Michael Myers wasn't completely 100% integral to the success of any of those movies. You can make a Halloween film with the name Halloween in it, and if the title, I mean, if the holiday is still a part of it, and if it's just a well-written story, then it would still work. And to be fair, in theory, I think that could have worked with Home Alone 3 as well, but it just didn't. It's not funny. It's very slow paced. And then you have this thing where they just keep going on with the kid calling 911 and then the kid getting in trouble and nobody trusting him, nobody believing him. Hey there, Mike. Happy New Year to you too. But really, it just comes down to the quality of the writing, to be honest. Because Season of the Witch could have worked if it was just called Season of the Witch. And there had been other films to try to be like Home Alone, like Remote. Even parts of Three Ninjas were clearly inspired by Home Alone. Honestly, the Home Alone inspired scenes in Three Ninjas are better than anything in this movie. Again, with breaking down all the doors, what are these cops doing? Like, ever heard of knocking? Ever heard of a warrant? Like, I didn't know that was procedure. He just, oh, we got a call about a robbery. Let's just break the door down every time. Yeah, I liked the remote as a kid too. I haven't seen it in forever though. I have the Blu-ray somewhere. Why do you think he continues to keep calling the police? Well, he hasn't seen his dog, so there you go. Yeah, Dennis the Menace had a bit of that too, but it was better. The entire movie was better. Sued for breaking and entering without a warrant. Because can you imagine being the owners of that house? You would be more pissed off at the cops than you would be at the kid who called them. Shouldn't the cops repair those doors? Why should they have to repair the doors? I'm surprised they didn't use the whole thing where they have their heads in bubbles like in the original, in the first film. It is. It's incredibly dumb that professional spies get outsmarted by a 9-year-old. It makes sense that a bunch of petty thieves do, like Harry and Marv, but professional spies who've been doing this for years? I disagree, DV. I can't I don't like that parrot. As far as I'm concerned, that parrot can get roasted and then served on a spit with and basted and then covered in barbecue sauce. How in the hell did Roger Ebert say this is the best Home Alone movie? Kevin fending off Freddy. I'll be in your nightmares, Kevin. Okay, now he's been smart about it with a video camera so we can actually have evidence. Why did it take him 2 times? I couldn't believe what I was hearing either. Yeah, I mean, Alistair Lynn's he's doesn't have the same charisma or charm as Macaulay, but he's okay. If the script was better, it probably would work out better. Because I liked him as Max Keeble. Yeah, I have seen that parody. It's pretty funny. It's a Home Alone parody with Michael Jackson. I say that entire In Living Color parody is funnier than this. That remote that they keep showing, I swear I had that exact same remote. I think it was from my VCR. Like the buttons would glow when it got dark. I don't know how he didn't notice that like immediately. That is a really loud car. Okay, now leave. I mean, this bit, it's providing a little bit of tension because he doesn't know the chip is in there, but we do. But like at the same time, like, dude, like master professional spy, leader of this group of spies, and like your best way to go about getting that car is to go underneath the table in a clownish fashion. I'll give them credit. They didn't just do another like, let's do another version of the Angels Have Filthy Souls with that bit there. Yeah, I know the movie's about spies trying to get a microchip from a toy car. It's more realistic than the first two films. That's why it's better. Yeah, the R-rated parody, Stoned Alone. I would watch that. I'd see that. Yes, Greg, I have. I wish I didn't. That film is terrible. Honestly, I think that's worse than this is. This is just boring and bad. Hey there, Bobby. Thanks for another super chat. Next month, I'll be doing the 9 weeks of the Rock Cheat Day Challenge. I'll be on Saturday because it's my cheat day. During the week, I'll be doing diet and exercise to work it off. All right. Good luck. Hopefully, it works out for you. I definitely should probably change some things up myself. Yeah, I know. There's a scene where guy gets a lawnmower dropped on his head, which apparently was in the original script for Home Alone 2, but they cut it out. Oh, it's right up there. Hey, let's take a Home Alone movie and let's make it so the burglars are sympathetic. So when they get involved in all these traps, it isn't funny. And then the kid's a little shit. Some British kid. It's a total twat. That one's pretty bad too. Yeah, exactly. Why did they just well, I don't think they figured it out yet where the kid is. Which I'm like, if they're that good at what they do, they'd have figured it out by now. Fruit Loops, I don't know if I would do enough damage. How about some hula hoops that are on fire? Throw those at him. Like, really? International Spy, you fall for that? And this scene goes on forever. At least with the talk boy with the shower, kinda sounds like it could be somebody. It's clearly a parrot. Why would anyone buy that that's anybody saying anything legit? It's clearly a parrot. Like, even the physical comedy in this is just not as good either. Part of it might be how Raja Gosnell directed it too, to be honest, compared to Chris Columbus. Like, Chris would have done something different in terms of the way the shot was framed to really make the physical comedy stand out more, be funnier. I wanna watch an extended scene with a remote control car and a chase, I'll just watch Toy Story. Yes, corny. Absolutely. Yeah, I think he did some good work with Scooby Doo. This was his first film, though, so in some ways, maybe you gotta give him a little bit of a pass. And, like, the sound effect there, like, I don't even remember the sound effects being like that in the first 2 films either. Hey there, thank you, Darth Goldust, for the, super chat. In my eyes, Home Alone ended here, everything else is a fever dream. That's fair. Yeah, I didn't do well. There was a fun, Simpsons short that was before it. It was, like, better than the movie. This Simpsons, theatrical short with, Maggie. I'm just waiting for this fricking scene to end, please. Get the remote control car back in the house already. Good lord. Finally. This is I don't know if it's a great film to riff. I'm trying. It's just more boring than anything. Yeah, that's true. It didn't flop, but it wasn't a massive hit, so it underperformed. TMNT 3 sucks. Help, I'm a turtle and I can't get up. What were you expecting? The Addams Family? And then the turtles being creepy and weird with April. Swing! I used to watch it a lot as a kid, but that does not hold up. I would you would think that it's high alert right now in terms of this chip being missing. So, like, as soon as any call was made that mentioned the chip, they would know about it pretty quickly. Yeah, it doesn't look like it cost $35 million. It really doesn't. And it's what's funny is at one point during development, they were considering maybe making it a TV movie, but then they decided to do a theatrical film instead. Like, what? What kind of plan is that, dude? Tomorrow, just kill all the kids and then get the car. Oh, it is. Honestly, it is. The Mystery Science Theater 3000 guys could do a pretty fun commentary on that. Yeah, they did make TV movies after this, and they tried to make a TV show, and that didn't work. I don't know. I don't know how you turn Home Alone into a TV show. It's the same question I have for how you turn Problem Child into a cartoon, but they did it anyway. Hey, Deaths of Ian Stone, that one's interesting. Honestly, I wish I was watching that again than this. Crazy is like Home Alone 2 and like Home Alone, they're kind of long movies, but like they never felt like this slow. Like Home Alone 3. We're almost to like an hour in, and I feel like 2 hours have gone by. They do look terrible in 3. Also, how does she not recognize the voice of her neighbor? Wait a second, you're not Mrs. Clovis. You're just some. I've never heard your voice before in my life. The TBT musical is pretty bad. Are you talking about the Coming Out of Our Shells tour, or are you talking about the We Wish You a Turtle Christmas? Because both are bad. Turtles Christmas with the rap and coming out of their shells with Splinter going skipping stones. Although the skipping stones. Oh, the villains absolutely suck. They were giving wet willies to the turtles. Oh, I have read that. I love that book. Home Alone 3 Lost in a Foster Home. I love that book by Mike Nelson. Coming out of our shells tour. Look, he's got a Die Hard game on his shelf there, and an Independence Day game. The 2000s animated film, it was okay. There's some things I like about it, but there's a lot of stuff I don't. Like Leo is such a dick in that. I like this part here. I legitimately like this bit when he's setting up the traps with the Oingo Boingo song, Home Again. I think that's what it's called. So finally, like 53 minutes in, we get a scene that I actually like from this movie. It's a good choice for a song too, for our Home Alone movie. How about I just take your ass and put you in a cage, or keep you in the cage and then put you in a garage somewhere, bird. That's a nice idea too, to have the villains preparing themselves too at around the same time as a kid is. Oh, they definitely did. Mike, I definitely don't see that, but it's cool. Yeah, Austin French Stewart does play Harry in Home Alone 4. Oh, he plays Marv actually. It's not Harry. He plays Marv dressed as Harry for some reason. Yeah, I like that song. It's a fun little montage. Now let's go back to the suck. Like they're clearly smart enough. They have fiber optics and shit. They can't outsmart this kid. That says a lot because Daniel Stern agreed to do Christmas Story 2. And he's like, oh, I'm not doing this. This is garbage. I don't know what a French Stewart is, a dish and dog breed, some kind. It does sound like that. I've always wondered, is that a real thing? Like you blow a dog whistle and the dog like freaks out like this? Or is it just like the dog can hear it and that's it? That's not even creative. Oh, it uses a dog and then the dog drags her through some bushes. I haven't seen Clock Stoppers in years. I don't know, Greg. That would take me a bit. It's kind of not hard to not draw attention with her ass hanging out and and wearing obvious fiber optic sunglasses. There we go. I don't know why it took them so long. I didn't mind this bit here because it shows that the kid's got to think on his feet, to hide the traps from his parents. No, DV, I wish. I still got 43 minutes. Just like watching this movie. It was painful. I don't know, Freddie. I don't know for sure. I have to look up the credits. No, it's not, but I'm only gonna do more commentaries if somebody pays me again. There's no way I'm gonna do this just for fun, do another commentary on Home Alone 4 or any of his other sequels just for fun. Yep, probably need to get to that point pretty soon. And then we have this song, My Town. Dude, say and this the lyrics for a kids movie. If you're ready to see hell, now ring the bell. I don't love this song, but it's it's all right. See hell, morning, ring the bell. I like the Oingo Boingo song more myself. That's one line from the parrot I don't mind. Those are real. I'm an eagle. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. You removing a street sign. This whole stuff with Mrs. Hess, like they clearly trying to do another similar thing to, oh, don't judge a book by its cover with an older character, with an adult like Old Man Marley or the Bird Lady. But it doesn't work as well because like there's nothing. It doesn't seem like there's anything redeemable about her for the most part. She just seems like an absolute wench, and your first impression is justified. Like if they wrote this character in a way where she actually was sweet and kind of nice, but the kid just misinterpreted it, and then when the kid winds up saving her in the end, it's a nice switch instead of her saving the kid. But they didn't write it that way. John Hughes is just on autopilot with this script. Like I left my heart in San Francisco. Like what? And here we get some more traps. The traps are also lazy too, the way that they're written by Hughes. Oh, electricity again, but it's nowhere near as funny as in Home Alone 2. These actors are also not as good at, being over the top with their movements and noises and stuff. Like at this guy. It's just annoying. It's like he's trying to be like Daniel Stern with the high pitched screams and stuff, but like it's not funny. It's just annoying. Him going even the way he says it, I'm not right. Like bad. These films show that not everyone can just do the physical comedy stuff, can do the over the top cartoon violence like Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. That's just a reused gag. This is not too bad though, because like, oh, they think they figured it out, but no, get hit with a bookshelf or dresser drawer. Hey there, thank you, Freddie. Thanks for the super chat. Ever heard of the book Armor? Starship Troopers taking more seriously Armor from Halo. Hard R2, same guy who wrote Vampires. No, that sounds cool. Can we adapt that? Can we make that movie instead of the Stallone film that's called Armor? Yes, they are. The guys in Baby's Day Out were way better than these spies. The actors playing these spies. That's a better comedy too. Like there's actually some really genuinely funny pratfalls and physical comedy in that. Better direction too. I think Joe Mantegna was one of the guys in that. Yeah. Uh-huh. Why is he acting like he's in a kung fu movie? And this is one of the laziest traps. Just fucking water from a hose. But it's cold and it'll freeze. I'm like, that's so lazy. Just cold water from a hose. Of course, it's also got him in the crotch. The one guy with the long hair is clearly just trying to imitate Daniel Stern. It's not even subtle. You didn't even show the impact. You just showed a sound effect of it hitting them and then the kid reacting. Like that's bad. That's really bad in terms of the way to direct that and edit it together. It's getting a very cold shower. I mean, and now we have a Christmas song, but it's not a Christmas movie. What is it? Which is it? Is it a Christmas movie or is it not? An audition tape. It's probably pretty cringe. I don't even know if anyone really auditioned for it. It was just, hey, some casting agent calls up the people. It was like, hey, do you want to be a Home Alone 3? Sure, I guess. Have a nice day. Then Plaster Paris. And somewhere to the paint. All this other stuff. And the other two movies. Of course, Glue again. But that was even more like pointless. Like, oh, she put her hand in there and she was wearing gloves. So that didn't do anything. And then this bit, like, really? A flower pot? And like mud? I mean, there's more creativity in Three Ninjas. There really was. They fed that guy the tainted soda. It is better than the last one. I mean, than the ones after it. But I mean, to be honest, like that's a very low bar. This is the bit that was in the script for Home Alone 2, but it was cut out because I think even they were like, "This is too brutal," and then it's in this one with the fucking lawnmower. Okay, he's fucking dead. Like, surf ninjas. It's not a good movie either, but I'd rather watch that again than this. Just the window, like, come on. It is. It's a much better home invasion movie than this. Let's murderize them. It's like the first two films are very cartoonish with the violence, but it almost seems like this is even more cartoonish. Like fart sound effects and she gets out of the mud. More glue. Same sort of now things are looking up. And the guy falls through a hole. Oh, definitely not. Three Ninjas, High Noon, and Mega Mountain. That's worse than this. That is accurate. They were trying to become more and more kid friendly as it went on. This is definitely one of those cases. They got cute animals now, and the cartoon violence is amped up even more in terms of sound effects and stuff. How did that even stay up for that long if it was that easy to fall apart? A fucking whoopee cushion. Are you fucking kidding me? The epitome of laziness. Like John Hughes, come on, man. That wasn't even a trap. It was just a whoopee cushion. Some good stunt work by whatever actress did that. And then there we go. Yeah, of course, it perfectly goes back in place. You want to see a much funnier way to do that with the boards hitting Christmas Vacation. And then like this, like just over the top and not funny. Oh, great. Get shit on. Just like I am watching this movie. It's covered in literal shit. To throw a bunch of bricks in this movie's face. Eat brick! Home Alone 3? I don't know if it'd be in my worst 90s movie list, but it's pretty bad. I mean, one of the robbers literally gets covered in shit. That's one of the gags. Can't top the laziness of the whoopee cushion though. God damn, man. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on Matt's channel and I was like, did somebody hack into Matt's channel? And then I saw it on Dead Pitch channel too, and I was like, okay, this is a bit. Yeah, someone mentioned this, how the monkey suit perfectly fit that guy. Yeah, because that totally makes sense, Roger Ebert. It's very realistic. And then this bit, how does he not know that's a fake gun? He's used guns for throughout all his life. He cannot find out immediately that he's holding a plastic dart gun. Give me a break. Hey there, Andy. They showed trailers for Speed 2 and this movie at the Super Bowl that year. Ooh. Speed 2 is bad, but you know what? I'd rather watch that than this. At least I get Willem Dafoe in a really fun, over the top villain performance. That's honestly funnier than the majority of this movie. It's also way more unrealistic if four people can't figure out how to stop this one kid. Of course he's hiding there. Like, he's literally right there. How did you not see him in the corner of your eye, you dumbass? The kid sneezes, but they don't go turn and find him. And why have him sneeze? What was even the point of that if there's not going to be a moment where it's like, oh, we heard you. There you are. I don't want to see any more Speed movies. 2 is enough. Yeah, there was another one that he gave a positive review for. Die Hard gets 2 stars because he doesn't like the Gleason character, or the guy who was in The Breakfast Club. But this movie, thumbs up. Speed 2. I like this bit where they actually show that they genuinely do care about their brother. Could have had more of this, to be honest. Yeah, you want it to be like a Violent Night. That's another instance where that movie does Home Alone better than this. This bit right here is just a straight up rip off of the first movie. Instead of it being a spider, it's a rat. This is also a rip off of the second film. You know, when Uncle Frank was in the shower. But then the parrot doesn't do anything. She even says, "Don't move. Don't move." And the guy's acting like, "What? What?" Shh. And then it hits him. God. Even the kid was like, "How did that happen? You guys would just suck." This line, "You smacked my winky." That's just fucking lame. Smacked my winky. He kind of does look like Ross. Yeah, you can hear it has weight to it. So dumb. Thing with the gun. We got the Megazord over here. It's not. That would be cool though. You know, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie is kind of lame at points, but I would much rather watch that bad CGI, Ivan Ooze and all over this. That's also a '90s kids movie. You ooze, you lose. That is funny. David Schwimmer was actually considered to play the guy. No, I haven't gotten around to playing the new RoboCop game yet. Why would why would they think that it wouldn't also be a trap? Of course it is. Dumbasses. You're surprised? Huh? There was no trampoline? Again with cold water too. Like it's the epitome of laziness in terms of a trap. Cold water is not a trap. They should, even as KGB agents, they should be a lot better than this. How did they complete one mission if they're this dumb? Yes. Just give it up. Give it up. We didn't need RoboCop 3 without Peter Weller. Stepfather 3, Wishmaster sequels without Andrew Divoff, Warlock without Julian Sands. I appreciate the thought behind this, having Alex save Miss Hess, but her change of heart is completely forced and unnatural, and I don't buy it at all. Also, this woman who was a stone cold witch for the entire movie, just because she is in a near death situation, is all of a sudden going to change her entire personality. Yeah, sure. Realistically, that type of person would then blame the kid and be pissed at the kid. Exactly. If they were KGB agents, like they'd already been killed for their incompetency, or at least, at the very least, sent to the gulag. Why did he randomly speak Russian just to make it clear that he's KGB? There's no subtitles or anything either. He just randomly spoke in Russian. This whole scene isn't as tense as it could have been because it's so unbelievable that he doesn't know that that gun is fake. You could clearly see it as a dart at the end of it. Okay, that's kind of clever that it's like it's a bubble gun. So you think it's his gun, but it's not a gun. It's not his gun. He literally called you an old bird, and your response is, "You're a very sweet young man." What? I'd be like, if the kid's like, "And you're an old bitch, and you're a very sweet young man. You're a tough old bitch." Okay, here comes the cavalry. Kevin working for the KGB. He'd be better agent than any of these morons. So would Alex. That's my response to this whole movie. You gotta be kidding. And then we're still trying to do the whole thing with the parents, but this is like nowhere near as effective. Like she was like a phone call away the entire time. Like what is this? Mom, I just saw you like 5 hours ago. Oh, I miss you so much. It's took it. You can't catch this guy. 7 years to catch this guy of all people. Are you just as incompetent? The lady was literally turned into a pretzel there. Damn. She's so twisted up you could put her in a box. Stupid fucking parrot. Why can't Alex be the one to do this? Why does it have to be the parrot? I agree that that is a pretty good line delivery by him. Double or nothing. I only have one. Even ends with like fireworks again, like in the second movie, where the cops see the fireworks and then go towards the fireworks. Yeah, I've heard about that, Freddie. I don't know if it's really serious stuff. Slipcover Steve is a parody account. The guy isn't being serious. So I think it's all just a big work by Slipcover Steve and Dead Pit and everyone. Slipcover Steve will probably show up on a live stream. I'd love to join in on another live stream with Dead Pit again, but they haven't had me back on. Yeah, I still don't like the parrot. Give me some roast parrot, please. Like really the same car? Oh, here's this car that that you are already have. And then have chicken pox. What? They didn't get their shots? They didn't have chicken pox before? Yeah, that was like one of the longest hour and 36 minutes I've had in a while. Like that's was so dull, boring, unfunny, and lazy, poorly written, just bad. Like I still can't believe there was a scene where one of the spies just walks on a whoopee cushion. You could definitely tell that there was no care, no passion put into this script. Like John Hughes did not give a shit. All we cared about his paycheck. Yeah, I remember Matt used to smash VHS back in the day. I did too. I smashed American Ninja for the Annihilation with a hammer one time. Oh, okay. All right. That's definitely something different. This song has its moments, but it's also kind of annoying because there's like parts where you can literally hear somebody screaming. Ugh. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if it happens or not. I'll be here if it does. I'm just gonna say, because I know how bad Home Alone 4 is, Double or Nothing. Yeah, I love Dune. I that reminds me, I still need to do that review of that one. Yeah, stupid copyright, I had to delete it. There is no fucking Super Ninja, it's true, there isn't any in that movie. That is a piece of shit, Greg. The Lost Boys, The Tribe. The Thirst is so much better. Yeah, it's worth a watch if you ask me, just for the effects. Score by Toto. It's an acquired taste, though. It's definitely a weird movie. The only thing I remember throwing away, Greg, was I threw away a copy of Star Crystal on VHS. Got it for like 50 cents at a local thrift store, watched it, and I was like, this is terrible, boring. What was that ending? And then I threw it away. So this is one of those films where like technically it's only an hour and 30 something minutes, but the credits are really long. Because I guess, there are a lot of people involved with it. But also I think they wanted it to be at a certain length. I did. I threw that out the window, cinema fan. I hated that Karate Kid Part 3. Should have drop kicked it out the window. Now that I look back. I disagree. It is. It is that bad. Honestly, I think Karate Kid Part 3 is worse than Home Alone 3. This is just bad in like an inoffensive way. Karate Kid Part 3 is bad in a way that's insulting if you're a fan of the first two films. Like what? Daniel is a wimp and a pussy now after what he did in Japan? He just randomly broke up with Kimiko and it's never explained. And he's in a relationship with this random girl. Then he gets manipulated by Terry Silver. And then you have the tournament at the end and he just gets a pass all the way to the finals. And then, of course, there's this other stuff with the bonsai trees, and it was dumb. And then the end fight where he gets his ass kicked for the majority of the fight, but then like does some dumb looking move and then wins. Lame. Piece of shit. Yeah, Thomas Ian Griffith, I like him as an actor. He was just not good in Karate Kid Part 3. But I will give his character, Terry Silver, and Thomas some credit because he was considerably better in Cobra Kai. I think it's because his over the top take on that character actually fit tonally with that show. Because that show already had a little bit more of a comic book vibe to it, where the first two Karate Kid films weren't like that. So when he shows up with his over the top Bond villain shtick, it just didn't fit at all. Some of them are. I like Star Trek 3. I know it gets a lot of crap, but I do like that one a lot. But yeah, a lot, and of course, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Halloween 3. But yeah, there's a lot of third entries and franchises that really aren't that great. Yeah, exactly. You got Friend Zone too. It made it even worse. Yeah, I would love to get that, the Excessive Force Blu-ray. I hope it gets a release in the US. Sounds like something Kino would do. They're gonna do a sequel. Are they gonna do a the sequel on Blu-ray too? Excessive Force 2, Force on Force? Or the silliest tagline subtitles I've ever seen for a sequel. Force on Force. Every bit as bad as Die Harder, and I love Die Hard too. But it's such a silly subtitle for that film. Return of the King, definitely. Yeah, I agree. But I do like the girl that Daniel wound up with in Cobra Kai. I like her too. Um, Name is Mike. But I could see why, got a little mixed up there. It happens. I I like Scream 3 okay, but I like the second film and the fourth film more. That'd be cool. Kino getting a deal with Warner Brothers. Yeah, he was way better in Cobra Kai. He was actually smart and calculating. Exactly. That's the other thing too. He was a lot smarter in the way that he went about things. And because of how well he was written, how well Thomas Ian Griffith played that character, like he was like a much more formidable foe for Daniel than I honestly I feel Kreese was in this series. So for me, Terry Silver, when he was defeated, that was pretty much it. So that I haven't seen season 6. I'm gonna wait till the last part comes out, but to me, it just seems like after Silver gets defeated by Daniel, like it's over. Like there's just that I know there's another tournament, but it's just not the same. Oh, I definitely don't. I don't feel it's the best of the franchise. That's I disagree with that, but it's cool if he feels that way. Yeah, Critters 3 sucks with Leonardo DiCaprio's. I don't think it was his acting debut, but it was one of his first films. But yeah, I heard about that another Power Rangers movie. I mean, they did a bad job of the last one. I mean, Krispy Kreme donuts and what they did to Goldar was so bad, and I don't. The Rangers are more like Guyver, like Bio Booster Armor Guyver than Power Rangers, and I didn't like the last reboot. Honestly, they kind of took it a little too seriously for me too. Like it felt like it was a teen drama on the CW, but with Power Rangers in it. I prefer my Power Rangers to be campier. That's just me, but you know they did. They already rebooted it, and that didn't do that well. But yeah, I'm just gonna let this commentary, this almost said podcast, this live stream, hit like the 2 hour mark, and then I'll probably call it for today. I need to get some dinner, and then I also have some extra videos I want to get done before I have to go to bed tonight. Um, you're not missing much, cinema fan. You're not. So it's totally fine if you if you skip those. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining in on this live stream commentary of Home Alone 3. Hopefully you had some fun. Um, and yeah, until the next live stream or commentary, see you later. See ya.